Someone left your business a 1-star review. Maybe it's fake. Maybe it's from a competitor. Maybe it's from someone who has the wrong business entirely. You want it gone, so you Google how to remove negative Google reviews, and you find companies promising to delete everything within 24 hours for the flat fee. Here's what I got to tell you before you spend a single dollar. Most of those companies are selling something that doesn't exist, and the one that actually try to do what they're promising can get your Google business profile penalized, meaning you lose the reviews you've worked years to build. In this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly what can and can't be removed, the legal process that actually works, what it costs, and how long it takes. Stay until the end because I'm going to cover the one thing you should be doing right now while any dispute is in progress. Most businesses skip it. It's costing them customers every single day. What Google will and won't remove. Let's start with the hard truth. You cannot remove an honest negative review from a real customer who had the bad experience. That review stays. Google's entire value as a platform depends on people being able to trust that reviews reflect real experiences. What you can get removed are reviews that fall into specific violation categories. Fake reviews. Accounts created solely to leave negative feedback, often with no review history and no profile photo. Coordinated attacks. Multiple reviews that appear in a short window with similar language and timing. Clearly part of an organized company. Reviews from people who never use your business, a competitor, a disgruntled ex-employee, someone who confused you with another business. Reviews containing hate speech, personal attacks, or content that violate Google's content policies. The distinctions matters enormously. If you try to dispute a legitimate negative review from a real customer, Google will reject it. If you use legal threats or fake takedown notice to suppress honest feedback, which some services do, you're now in a violation of FTC regulations that went into effect in October 2024. With penalties up to $51,744 per violation. The company is promising to remove any review, regardless of what it says, are either going to fail or break the law to do it. Usually both. The dispute process that actually works. So what does a legitimate dispute look like? First, identify which reviews actually qualify. This means going through each negative review and documenting why it violates a specific Google policy. Not just this review is unfair, that's not a policy violation. You need a specific documented reason. Second, build the documentation. Screenshots, timestamps, account analysis, pattern evidence. If you're dealing with a coordinated attack, you need to show the pattern. Multiple reviews, similar language, account created around the same time. Third, submit through the correct channels. Google has specific pathways for reviews disputes depending on the type of violation. Using the wrong channel gets you an automatic rejection. Fourth, follow up. Google's review removal process is not fast and it's not automatic. You may need to see, you may need to escalate, you may need to resubmit with additional documentation. You can go through this process yourself. It's time consuming, technical, and require understanding Google's policy language well enough to write documentations they will act on. Most business owners start the process and abandon it halfway through. ORM Service has a dedicated legal team that handles this entirely. We've completed over 250,000 disputes across 12,000 businesses. We know exactly what documentation Google acts on, which channels to use, and how to follow up until it's resolved, all included in your subscription. No separate lawyer, no extra fees. Link in description. Free trial available. Real case example. Let me walk you through what this look like in practice. A auto repair shop came to us after a competitor had been paying real customers to leave negative reviews. Not fake accounts, real people coached on what to write. On top of that, a wave of 1-star reviews appeared in single week, all suspiciously similar in tone and timing. The owner had already paid another company $800 for 24 hours removal. Nothing happened. We reviewed every flagged review, identified which one had disputable characteristic, account age, posting patterns, language similarities, built formal documentation for each one, and submitted disputes through Google's policy violation channel. 6 weeks later, disputable reviews were removed legally and permanently. Owner's rating recovered. The Google profile was never at risk. 6 weeks is not 24 hours. Anyone promising 24 hours removal is not telling you the truth. But 6 weeks versus a rating that keeps damaging your business permanently, the math is obvious. What to do while you wait? While you're going through the dispute process, which takes weeks, those reviews are still live, still being read, still affecting decisions. The single most effective thing you can do while waiting is respond. Not defensively, calm, professional response that acknowledges that went wrong and shows what you did about it. 89% of customers with business responses to reviews, they're not reading it for the original reviewer. That person have moved on. They're reading it to understand what kind of business you are. A negative review with a great response builds more trust than a perfect rating with no responses, because it shows that when something goes wrong, someone is paying attention. This is also now a ranking factor. Google's algorithm in 2026 reward response rate and response quality. Businesses that respond consistently rank higher in local search than businesses that don't. Bottom line, some negative reviews can be removed, some can't. Knowing the difference and having a process to address both is the actual job. If you want to know which of your current negative reviews are disputable, comment remove below. We will audit your profile and give you an honest assessment of what can calm down and what can't. Subscribe for more weekly content on what actually works for local businesses' reputation in 2026. In the next video, we're covering why your Google star rating might actually be hurting you and what number of customers actually trust more.